Hey there, welcome back everyone, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, you're going to find videos about home improvement, home DIY, all kinds of home maintenance things, pretty much everything that any homeowner would like to see or do, and there's not going to be anything that's too difficult that you can't do by yourself, so these are just things that are for the common homeowner. So what this video is about is your air filters for your furnace and your air conditioner, and it's a recommended preventative maintenance thing that you need to do at least every few months. And I did a main video on the top 15 preventative maintenance tips that I suggest you take a look at. I'm going to end screen it at the very end, so you might want to look at that. I also talked about another recent video. I talked about how to make your house cooler in those really hot summer days when your air conditioning unit might not be keeping up. And so I touch on air filters in that one. You might want to check that out because it's all going to tie in together. If you watch the videos, you'll kind of you'll piece it all together. You'll understand. So anyhow, what I want to do is just give you some basics on air filters. So the first thing is that when you don't change it often enough, you're going to end up with a filter that looks like this. Okay, so you can see all the crap on there, and if I spin it on the back side, you'll see what it looked like when it was new. Okay, so what's happening here is now it's not filtering properly, and worse, you're not getting the proper airflow. So this is why you need to change the things often, and this one wasn't changed often enough. So when you go buy filters, you're going to have a couple of options. The first one is the cheapest, most basic option, which is this fiberglass filter. It doesn't filter out that much, but it allows for the most airflow. This is about $4 or $5 in your local home improvement store. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. The next one is this one here. This, for example, this is an FPR filter performance rating number 4. And it's important you understand that FPR is something that's used at Home Depot. They kind of created this rating. There's another rating. The standard rating out there is called the MERV rating, and this kind of marries up to that. There's a chart online that you can look at that'll tell you what's what. But basically, what you want to look at is what it filters out. Okay, so the filter with an FPR rating of 4 gets dust, lint, mite, debris, pollen, and pet dander. Okay, so the basic stuff. There's nothing wrong with this filter. The one that I just showed you that was dirty was a number 7 that I'll show you next. But in any case, this one costs also about $4 or $5 in the store too. So together, they were both the same price. Obviously, this one is likely going to be a better filter if you're going to choose between the two. And here's one if you want to upgrade, FPR rating 7. This is the dirty filter that you just saw a minute ago. And the difference though is it's also pulling out mold spores and some bacteria. Okay, you can go to 9 and 10 if you have some serious allergies and some other health-related issues, but I'm not a fan of going with these other filters just because it restricts the airflow so much that it's going to just make your air conditioning and your furnace work that much harder. Okay, so now I want to go back to the original filter that I showed you. So this one here, I would have one of these as a standby just for the following times of the year. When you have 100 degrees, those really, really hot days when your air conditioner is struggling to keep up, you might want to throw this in there because it's going to allow the most airflow through your system to put more cold air into your house to help it keep up with that extremely hot exterior. And at the same time in the winter, you might want to use a filter like this when it's freezing cold and you're struggling to heat your house and you want as much airflow as possible. If you have forced hot air, then maybe you want to use this filter. Just temporarily, you pull it out for those few days, put this one in, and swap them and have the two filters on hand for that purpose. So that's really the extent of it when it comes to filters. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe and bell notification icon, and come back for the next video, which I'll release in a few days. Have a great day.